Mr. President, there are some people who are still in detention as a result of the NSAS protest. There were young people who were protesting for justice, for freedom, and for democracy. Any young protester in Nigeria today learn from you because you were the father of protest in Nigeria. Do something about it. Give them the freedom. You taught us, you funded us to your children and your grandchildren. Give them the pardon. Thank you and God bless.
Emilokan, don't turn, Emilokan. Yorubas are screaming, Hausas are crying, Igbo brothers are saying, don't blame them. Igbos are being discriminated. Even food don't turn to gold in Nigeria. Kidnapping, lucrative business in Nigeria. Imagine saying your grandchildren when they kidnap. By now, your soldiers will don't scatter Nigeria. How come a man won't get money for ransom when they kidnap him, his wife and his children? After everything, now they go kill them. See, as Naira, they fall against dollar. Emilokan, don't turn to Emilokan. And you say, make we sacrifice for Nigeria. 7 billion to renovate your residence. 15 billion for your traveling allowance. That's not for you and your only vice president. 40 billion for Asurok maintenance. 5 billion for food and refreshment. Hundreds of millions for dogs and animals. Meanwhile, hunger they kill Nigerians. What did Nigerians do to warrant this treatment? Even Gary, they don't feel afford for the family. Tinubu government blame Buhari. Buhari government blame Jonathan. Hunger day, people they die. This one don't pass jaga jaga. Oh, Emilokan, oh Emilokan, party leader during Mr. Buhari Jaga government. Why didn't you help Buhari to solve the problem? Debt under Buhari, 77 trillion. No proof of any positive transformation. Unborn children, I ain't go pay for this evil. You know, say Buhari was incompetent, but you still bring him to destroy Nigeria. Party government, now you are the president. Since Buhari don't destroy Nigeria, I hope say you will bring him to judgment. Emefiele printed 23 trillion within 8 years under Buhari government. $6 million for election observers. They say somebody forged Buhari's signature. Now lie, Buhari signed that document, period. Where our refineries, we will promise to fix. I've been a Dangote refineries we would depend on. How much you don't make from removal of subsidies since you don't sell fuel for 600 per liter. People they sell their properties to feed their families. Meanwhile, you and your cronies they buy more properties. Shout out to Labour chairman. Una well done. If the government say they don't pay 65k, then they pay Senator and Rep 65k. Make all of us they enjoy the suffering and smiling. What you give is what you deserve. Ojoro no dey. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Shout out to very black dark man. Where our daddy, Pastor Adeboye. During Good Luck Jonathan, your voice was so loud. You even vowed to stage a 1 million march. Hunger and hardship under Tinubu government. You say Nigeria gets spiritual problem. Baba, we need your 1 million disciples to protest against President Tinubu government. Just the way you protest against President Jonathan. Daddy, I be leg on the pain your disciples. Fact, this is a very big hypocrisy. It's time for you to speak the truth to power, because hunger won't kill Nigerians. Tinubu government blame Buhari, Buhari government blame Jonathan. Hunger day, people they die. This one don't pass jaga jaga. Oh, Emilokan, Emilokan.
kú ìrọ̀lẹ́ gbogbo ọkàn tó ń gbọ́ mi pátápátá. Sálàáfíà ni mo bá gbogbo yín, ẹ ò ní gbọ́mọgbìn. Emilokan kò ní kó bá ọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ìgbé ẹ̀yìn ènìyàn a kì í mọ bí tá à ń lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n bó o bá gbọ́ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ orin tí arákùnrin yìí kọ, màá fẹ́ jẹ́ kó kà sáré gbọ́ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn kó o dì í mú ká wá wo ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn orin tárákùnrin yìí kọ yìí. Torí pé ọ̀rọ̀ tèní ṣe rí àwọn nǹkan míì wà tó jẹ́ pé àdúà ló lè ṣe. Àwọn nǹkan míì wà tó jẹ́ pé àdúà ò lè ṣe o, ìbáwí gangan ló lè ṣe. Ẹ já gbọ́ níbẹ̀rẹ̀, ó yá sọ̀rọ̀.
Mr. President, there are some people who are still in detention as a result of the NSAS protest. They were young people who were protesting for justice, for freedom, and for democracy. Any young protester in Nigeria today learn from you, because you were the father of protest in Nigeria. Do something about it. Give them the freedom. You taught us, you funded us to stand up and fight. So they are your children and your grandchildren. Give them the pardon. Thank you and God bless.
Ẹ gbọ́ statement yẹn péré. Ṣebí wọ́n sọ pé ọmọ tí ẹ̀yà bá bí, wọ́n ní ẹ̀yà ló ń jọ. Ẹ dákun, tẹ́ ẹ bá farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ orin Edris yìí, kí ló fà á? Àbí kí lè bú tó bú? Tálí kí DSS lọ gbé wá. Ẹ dákun, ṣé Edris bú bàbá wa Tinubu àbí dádì wa Tinubu ni? Àbí ọ̀rọ̀ ló sọ? Ẹ jájọ wò láti bẹ̀ ká tó wá wọnú ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ni. Màá tún repeat orin yẹn. Ẹ dákun, ẹ jájọ gbọ́. Farabalẹ̀ kó gbọ́ orin yẹn kájọ tẹ̀síwájú. Èmi sọ pé mo ní Yorùbá. Ara wa kọ òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Ó yá. Emilokan ó ti débi lókàn, ṣé èébú nìyẹn? Ó yá.
Emilokan, don't turn Emilokan. Your bars are screaming. Brothers are crying. Igbo brothers are saying, don't blame them. Igbos are being discriminated. Even food don't turn to gold in Nigeria. Kidnapping, lucrative business in Nigeria. Imagine seeing your grandchildren where they kidnap. By now, your soldiers for don't scatter Nigeria. How come a man won't get money for ransom when they kidnap him, his wife and his children? After everything, now they go kill them. See, as Naira, they fall against dollar. Emilokan, don't turn to Emilokan. And you say make we sacrifice for Nigeria. 7 billion to renovate your residence. 15 billion for your traveling allowance. That's not for you and your only vice president. 40 billion for Asurok maintenance. 5 billion for food and refreshment. 100 of millions for dogs and animals. Meanwhile, hunger they kill Nigerians. What did Nigerians do to warrant this treatment? Even Gary, they don't can afford for the family. Government blame Buhari. Buhari government blame Jonathan. Hunger they people they die. This one don't pass jaga jaga. Party leader. during Mr. Buhari Jaga government. Why didn't you help Buhari to solve the problem? Debt under Buhari, 77 trillion. No proof of any positive transformation. Unborn children, I ain't go pay for this evil. You know, say Buhari was incompetent, but you still bring him to destroy Nigeria. Party government. Now you are the president. Since Buhari don't destroy Nigeria, I hope say you go bring him to judgment. Emefiele printed 23 trillion within 8 years under Buhari government. $6 million for election observers. They say somebody forged Buhari's signature. Not lie. Buhari signed that document. Period. Where our refineries, we will not promise to fix. I've been at Dangote refineries we will depend on. How much you don't make from removal of subsidies since you don't sell fuel for 600 per liter. People they sell their properties to feed their families. Meanwhile, you and your cronies they buy more properties. Shout out to Labour chairman. Una well done. If the government say they don't pay 65k, then make the pay senator and rep 65k. Make all of us they enjoy the suffering and smiling. What you give is what you deserve. Ojoro no dey. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Shout out to very black dark man. Where our daddy, Pastor Adeboye, during Good Luck Jonathan, your voice was so loud. You even vowed to stake a 1 million match. Hunger and hardship under Tinubu government. You say Nigeria gets spiritual problem. Baba, we need your 1 million disciples to protest against President Tinubu government. Just the way you protest against President Jonathan. Daddy, I be leg on the pain your disciples. Fact, this is a very big hypocrisy. It's time for you to speak the truth to power because hunger won't kill Nigerians. Tinubu government blame Buhari. Buhari government blame Jonathan. Hunger day, people they die. This one don't pass jaga.
Ẹ dákun, èébù wo ló wà nínú orin tẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ yìí? Bí ọmọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò bá lè dìde fún Edris Abdulkareem lọ́wọ́ yìí, ẹ gbàgbé pé bóyá ó jẹ́ Edris Abdulkareem. Ẹ gbà pé ẹ̀sìn, ẹ dákun, ó yẹ ká dìde fún ọmọkùnrin yìí báyìí. Àwọn ìjọba wọ̀nyí ṣé ká má sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ni gan-an? Kò yé mi o. Ẹ dákun ṣé ká má sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ni? Ẹ nítorí pé ó sọ̀rọ̀. Èébù wo ló wà ńbẹ̀? Ṣé ẹ ò kówó tún ilé yín ṣe ni dádì? Gbogbo protest yìí náà ẹ̀yin náà dẹ̀ kọ́ wa o. A ní láti sọ̀rọ̀. Torí Bíbélì sọ pé ọmọ tí bàbá bá fẹ́ ni bàbá ń bá wí. Èyí tó ń ṣe wá lára ni bàbá yìí fi kọrin jáde. Kò lórí yín burú, kò lẹ́ẹ̀yà wèrè, kò lára pa yín, kò dẹ̀ ṣépè fọmọ yín sà. Ó kà ní ẹ̀ńblẹ̀mù ìjọba Jonathan, ìjọba Goodluck, ó ní Tinubu ó ń blẹ̀mù ìjọba Buhari. Ìjọba Buhari blẹ̀mù ìjọba Goodluck. À ń fi ìjọba yín ìjọba. Nítorí pé Abdulkareem ẹnìkan lọ arrest ẹ̀ báyìí. Bóyá wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti gbé. Bóyá wọ́n ti gbé. Ẹni kí ni SS lọ gbé? Ṣé èébú leléyìí ni? Àbí láyé Fẹ̀dẹ́kò àbí kí la máa ń pè é? Tẹ́ ẹ̀ náà jàjà òmìnira láyé Babangida. Ẹ ṣà ṣe jù báyìí lọ. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ pé no more Nigeria. But that Nigeria, you now become a president of that place. But I was so surprised since before yesterday now. Nobody come out for Edris Abdulkareem to defend him for this statement only. Orí lásán àfi bá ara wọn èèyàn wí. Téèyàn bá ṣe tí ò dáa. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ ti gbàgbé pé ọmọ yín bú Ọbásanjọ́ o. ẹ fún bàbá aláyè ẹ jẹ́ kí bàbá ó sanjọ́ òun ló tún padà bú a máa wò ó àbí Wàsíù Àyìndé Wàsíù ọmọ bú Ọbásanjọ́ ní 1999 tó ní kọ́kọ́ má lọ tìjọba ọmọ bú àbí òbú kí ló wá fà pé kẹ́ lọ arrest ẹ̀ ọ̀nà tí Ọlọ́run gbà ló nìyẹn láti lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin ajàjàngbara ẹ̀yin blogger àti gbogbo ènìyàn mọ́mí ṣí ọ̀rọ̀ ìbò tí ń gbọ́ program yìí try to share this program ṣé ẹ fẹ́ pa wá ni ẹ wo iye tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ fi tún léṣe ṣé ilé tiyín nìkan lẹ fẹ́ mọ túnṣe ni àwa náà ò lọ́mọ ni ṣé ohun tó sọ pé tètè kidnapper bá gbé àwọn ọmọ tiyín ẹni kí sójà scatter Nàìjíríà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé èébú wà nínú orin yìí ni àbọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin yúùtù ẹ dìde ẹ lọ riot ilẹ̀ why you wicked like this tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́n tí sẹ́nẹ̀tì lára àwọn sẹ́nẹ̀tì Kenya ohun tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí ẹ̀yin gbogbo sẹ́nẹ̀tì Nàìjíríà àbẹ́tí ẹ̀yin wọ́n gbági mẹ́tì ẹ̀yin ni ẹ máa gbọ́ máa play ẹ̀ fún yín mo máa play ẹ̀ fún yín. torí ẹ máa kọ síta ń bẹ̀ yẹn free Edris Abdulkareem ẹ fi Abdulkareem lẹ̀ ó kọrin fáwa mẹ̀kúnnù ni ó gbẹnu àwa mẹ̀kúnnù sọ̀rọ̀ ni ṣé ìyà ò pọ̀ lóòótọ́ ṣe fẹ́ pa wá ni ẹ ń ti ọwọ́ ojú ọmọ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ mẹ́sàn-án ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń kà á dádì ó ti play ó ti in tó jẹ́ kó dùn yín ni sà torí ó remember yín pé ẹ wà nínú conference yẹn níbi tó ti sọ pé àwọn ọmọ yín tẹ́ kọ́ ni o àwọn ọmọ yín ni o ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ ká máa ṣe protest ìyàlẹ́nu ló jẹ́ fún mi ilẹ̀ Hausa they are doing protest there àwọn gómìnà wọn ò dá wọn lọ́wọ́ kọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kò sí ìlú kan tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ gbà ká ṣe protest ìyẹn ni pé ẹ̀yin gómìnà wọ̀nyí ẹ mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ máa ṣèkà ẹ ń ṣèkà ní o ẹ ń ṣèkà Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ san yín lẹ́san Ọlọ́run òkè tó dá yín máa san yín lẹ́san èdè kan náà lájọ ń sọ yìí ẹ já lọ kí tó máa wọnú agbámi ọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Mo fẹ́ lọ wá ẹlòmíì lẹ́tà tán kọ ránṣẹ́ sí yín wọ́n kọ lẹ́tà sí yín àbá kọ lẹ́tà sí yín sà ó yẹ kájọ wò ó wọ́n kọ lẹ́tà sí yín bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wá rí lẹ́tà yẹn kà ìyẹn ló máa dùn mí jù torí pé lẹ́tà tí wọ́n kọ sí mi òun náà náà kọ sẹ́yìn náà hallelujah mo fẹ́ ka lẹ́tà yẹn fún yín ìwà ibi ìwà ọmọtẹ́lẹ́ni nìkan òun ló kó bá ìrìn àjò tá a jọ wà yìí ẹ wo àwọn Ìgbò lẹ́nìí àbí wọ́n ti gbéra wọ́n lọ sọ fún Tinubu pé ṣí àwọn ènìyàn wá sílẹ̀ àwọn náà ti dìde wọ́n ti fẹ́ jà fún ráìtì wọn ẹ jẹ́ á jọ gbọ́ eléyìí ká tó máa lọ sí ètò kan ẹ jẹ́ á jọ gbọ́ eléyìí ẹ jẹ́ á jọ gbọ́.
Carry militias. We are the ones who go and carry cattle rustlers. We are the ones who have got companies that are doing business. We are the ones who carry militias. We are the ones who go and carry...
Senator ẹgbẹ́ yín láti Kenya ló fọ̀rọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ síta fún yín. Daddy, mommy, listen and share this program. Oh yeah, gbé sókè.
Cattle rustlers. We are the ones who have got companies that are doing business in government departments. We are the ones who are stealing the money.
This video will make you understand something. That it is mostly loud languages. That is communications that involves action. That most of these politicians understand. Just imagine what happened in Kenya recently and see how sensible most of the lawmakers have become. You know, it is truly true that just like what...
Ma love ẹ, ma like ẹ, ma share. Mami, ma kọ sí statement yẹn. Ẹ ma kọ síbẹ̀ pé free Abdulkareem. Emilokan free Abdulkareem o, kò ṣe o. He's a free man o, kò ṣe o. Ẹ lọ gbé báǹdì kúrò lórí Abdulkareem o.
I am so happy that we are now telling each other the truth.
Oh yeah.
We are the ones who carry militias. We are the ones who go and carry cattle rustlers. We are the ones who have got companies that are doing business.
We are
the ones who are stealing the money. Look at the national government. I'll call it down, bring it down to the National Assembly. We must begin to look at issues like CDF. The Women Fund. We must look at the structure. We need all the people who have been given offices. Why? I've been asking this publicly. Why are governors running county governments as if they are private companies where they are stealing money, buying properties abroad, driving such big vehicles, including ourselves? When did we decide that I must drive a car which is 4.8 cc, that a 3,000 cc is not good enough? When our children don't have medicines, when our women are not giving birth, when we can't feed our children, when we buy fertilizer, we deal on it, we sell some of it, we sell mchanga. We are bringing in maize when we are supposed to be planting maize and giving farmers fertilizers and giving them funds so that we can get production and increase that, so that we create jobs for our people. It is we politicians who go and buy 2 million metric tons of maize. We come and sell. We bring 3 million metric tons of sugarcane. Mumias is dying. Chemelil is dying. Sony Sugar is dying. Those are factories that used to employ people. Who are the biggest dealers of investment companies in Kenya? We, the political class. What happened to Kenya Airways? Look at it now. Smelly, filthy. It was the pride of Africa. Who runs Kenya Power? Why are we not told who are the owners of the independent power suppliers of this country? Why are we not being told who owns our national parks? But you hear money is being stolen by none other than the elites and the political class. These people out here are tired. These people are tired. I was crying this morning today because we are messing up a good thing. We are messing up this country. Who wants to be a refugee? And there's enough for you people to eat, so long as you eat with manners. The revenue we collect is enough to run 8 African countries: Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania. You go to Congo, you go to South Sudan, you go to Somalia, and you go to Ethiopia. That's what our goddamn budget is. Just manage it, don't steal it. A few people are stealing too much. These kids out here, they know everything. They know your houses. They know where your kids go to school.
How are you?
They know which properties of land you have. Why must somebody have 4 million acres of land to his name? What happened to our mentality? Then we pretend and run to churches talking about Christianity, how Jesus... Do you understand what you are dealing with?
Well,
the people out here don't even believe in God anymore.
The
people out here are tired of the lies, the religious organizations. And I have to say this, I'm a Catholic. I was so happy I saw the Purple No Show talk about the issues of a country. Let us forget that we can run this country as tribes. Let us accept that there is a new sheriff in town. That sheriff is the GNC. They are partyless, they are tribeless, they don't have money, they just have bundles and a phone. And they'll stop this country to move. Many of you may not know, we've never discussed it here. How many times we've been threatened that we are raising issues about county governments losing billions. And I mean, who doesn't know how many governors own apartments and houses in Kilimani Road? Each one of them owning an apartment costing 1.5 billion shillings. Why didn't the fool just go and build a hospital where he comes from?
Sure.
How I wish we stole the money and put it at home. Some of them are going to Dubai. People are going to America. You see on social media. I just saw somebody commenting. I want him to tell me how he bought a Bentley and is an MP. Explain to me, how does somebody, the truth is, I'm born with advantage and privilege. That is the truth. I saw my father driving a big car when I was a small boy. That is not what drives me. What drives me is, how do you get a member of parliament driving a Mercedes that costs 49 million shillings? And we are watching, and that is normal, and it is okay. And it is okay. Shame on us. Then we make sure this money doesn't go to the schools. We make sure that hospitals have no money. We start building hospitals now. We want the poor people to come to those hospitals. Poor people can't come to Nairobi Hospital. They can't come to Aga Khan. They can't. Some of them can't afford Kenyatta. You saw the other day, Kenyatta has a debt of 6.6 billion. The Eldoret Hospital, Eldoret KTRH, has a debt of 3.9 billion. When you ask, they tell you we don't know where the money went.
Hopefully,
fools. We need to buy houses which have got 15 bedrooms and drive 19 cars and put them in your parking lot, and you want 10,000 acres of land? You want a ranch? You fools, you go and buy a ranch in Australia. This is where we are. We keep blaming the police. The policeman cannot do anything. Have we ever gone as a Senate to go and see where the police lives? How he takes his kids to school and his salary is 19,000. And this house has to start thinking about those things. We guys must begin, and we ladies and gentlemen in this house must begin to agree that we can reduce our salaries, that we can drive smaller cars, that we can wear counters. In fact, the only thing I'm very annoyed about the president, I'm the one who started wearing counters. Now he has given counter a bad name. I want Kenyans to love counters the way I love them. Let us wake up, Kenyans. We can't play football. Money comes from FIFA, it is eaten. World Rally Championship, money comes from there, it's eaten. You go, you want Kenya Lawn Tennis Association, they only want 50,000 to hold an international tennis tournament. Not even the minister appears there. But when the minister is traveling out of the country, he's got how many people? Private jet, goes to Dubai, books one of those hotels, luxury hotels, and he comes back to Nairobi with the same 9 people he took with a private jet. And you assume that the Gen Zs don't know. These days they track you. They can know which private jet you took, where it went, and how it came back. Many of us are worried because either because of history or because of what has happened. We have got a lot of money now. We are owning so much land. Please allow us to have spatial planning. Your land, we can have an implemented law.
Sọ fún wọn pé òbèbí ti ṣẹ́jú àṣírí wọn tú sílẹ̀.
Stealing public land. Let us have mercy at our people.
Torí pé à ń bẹ̀rù àfẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Àkókò ti tó báyìí.
From Eldoret,
a máa ṣí di.
Talking about our chambers which our grandfathers left for us. Now you guys who are MPs and senators, you come, you chase us away, and then you throw us into court. You go and bribe the courts. And I want to talk about the judiciary. We respect you. We know that you are most of the time under the pressure. We know there are certain things which you can even be blackmailed, but we want to hold you at a higher standard. We must hold the judiciary at a higher standard, the legislators at the higher standard, and make sure the president is also at the higher standard. That is how we can move as a country and stop this nonsense. We behave like monkeys running through a forest, looking for bananas without knowing whether it's the bananas they want. I really want to say this, Madam Speaker, finally. I was nearly giving up on my country. I have changed my mind because of today. The young men who are fighting for this country have done us proud. Let us treat them with dignity. Let us make sure we engage them. Let us stop doing the things which make them angry, desperate, and upset with the ruling class. The truth is, if this country breaks down, it takes all of us down. Now,
there is something this man said that I want to bring to your attention.
Let's go.
And that is the place he said that the revenue they collect from their country, Kenya, is enough to run 8 African countries. 8 African countries. Imagine that. You know, I just checked, and Kenya is about 56 million, 200 and something thousand people. That's the total population as of today, 2024. You know, if such amount of money, if the amount of money that can run 8 countries should be coming out from such a country, just imagine
how Nigeria
coming out from a country like Nigeria that has about 220 something million people, and I am sure that that is not the right figure. I have said it countless times that if the people do not react to that high level of bad leadership, nothing will change. Because just like what I used to say, that continent, those countries in Africa, they are buoyant enough to take care of whatever thing that the citizens need. You know? But if the citizens do not react to change the system of leadership,
owó tí Kenya nìkan ní wọ́n ní ó tó bọ́ kọ́ńtírì mẹ́jọ ní Áfíríkà yìí. Tírú Kenya bá lè nírú owó yún mélòó ni Nàìjíríà fẹ́ ní. Abdulkareem wá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ wá ní kí DSS lọ gbé wá. Sẹ́rí pé ẹ̀kọ́ tí ń bójú múmú bọ̀, ká má sọ pé ẹ̀kọ́ ò bójú múmú, ẹ̀kọ́ tí ń bójú múmú bọ̀ báyìí o, torí pé eṣinṣin ń jẹ légbò bẹ́ẹ̀ ti kọ̀wé sí ẹ̀sà sínú èmi ilẹ̀ tún kọ̀wé sí yìí o, ṣé ká má sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ni? Ní tí ò yé mi nìyẹn o, ọmọ Yorùbá èdè dákẹ́ àbí gbogbo yín ò gbọ́ nínú news ni pé kí DSS lọ àrẹ́sì Abdulkareem wá àbá àgbọ́ ni. Ẹ jẹ́ àsọ ṣé Abdulkareem ọmọlúbo ní Kareem ọmọ Iléṣà ni o, Ọ̀ṣun state, ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun state ni o, bàbá rẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, ìyá rẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, bó tiẹ̀ bí sílẹ̀ Haúsá, ẹ̀jẹ̀ Yorùbá ló wà lára ẹ̀. Ọmọ Ọ̀ṣun state náà dẹ̀ ni president yín, ó kà nationalize ara ẹ̀ sí Lagos state ni. Torí pé ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wọ́ọ̀dì gbọ́ orin yẹn. Mọ́mì lọ sórí YouTube lọ́tẹ̀ Emilokan by Abdulkareem Edris. Ẹ máa ṣí ẹ̀ káàkiri, ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wọ́ọ̀dì gbọ́ orin yẹn. Kán wá wo ohun tó fi bú president of Nigeria ń bẹ̀, ohun tó fi bú parliament Nigeria ń bẹ̀, ohun tó fi sọ̀rọ̀ sí the children ń bẹ̀, ká wá wò ó. Káwọn activities àbí kí lẹ ń pè wọ́n, àtàwọn ajàjàngbara o, àtàwọn ajàfọ́ ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọ ènìyàn ni o, àtàwọn lọ́ọ̀yà o, kí gbogbo yín ó dìde. Ẹ pín orí yẹn, ẹ ṣí ẹ̀ sí àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà ńláńlá kan gbọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn youth náà dìde. Mọ́mì ṣí ẹ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bá mi tẹ love and like yẹ, ṣí ẹ káàkiri, jẹ́ káwọn ènìyàn ó contribute. Mo máa ṣojú òpó lẹ̀ lẹ́nìí káwọn èèyàn pè ṣé Edris bú ìjọba Nàìjíríà àbó sọ tó ń ṣe mẹ̀kúnnù. Ṣé mẹ̀kúnnù ò ní right àti sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ pé ebi ń pa wá ni? Bàbá Tinubu ẹ̀yin náà dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ọdún ẹ̀rí o, ẹ̀yin lọ̀gá wa ká máa protest o. Gbogbo we no go gree tá à ń ṣe lọ́jọ́ ta, ẹ̀yin lè ń support wa o. Láyé ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ wà ní ṣé àwọn Sídíkù àbí Fẹ̀dékù àbí ẹ bá mi kọ́ jáde. Láyé ológun ẹ mà wá ń bẹ̀, ẹ tẹ̀ ti sọ́rí gan pé you didn't believe in one Nigeria. kí ló wá dé? Ẹ ṣeun jàre ID Nàdẹ́kò láyé Nàdẹ́kò ẹ ṣe gudugudu méje o àti yàyà mẹ́fà. Láyé good luck ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ṣe yàyà mẹ́fà o. Láyé Ọbásanjọ́ ẹ ṣe yàyà mẹ́fà. Ọmọ yín Wàsíù Àyìndé ó mà bú Ọbásanjọ́ àbí kí n play orin yẹn fún wa ṣe fẹ́ gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n torí ká àfọ́ ìdí wọ́n lè gbé péjì wa wálẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ó ní mi ò ṣe fẹ́ kéje play orin yẹn fún ẹ mọ́mí tẹ love and like ẹ̀já wa gbọ́ ibi tá à ń lọ gan rèé o farabalẹ̀. Oh yeah, ibi tá à ń lọ rèé.
So guys, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo has replied to northern elders, especially those of them in the Senate.
Ibi tá à ń lọ rèé máa bá mi tẹ love jẹ́ kí love yẹn máa lọ.
Guess what? Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo has really lectured them. You need to take a look at what Kenneth Okonkwo said in this video. Very educative, and at the same time, he spoke very smartly. Just enjoy this video for yourself.
Kenneth Okonkwo, recently, we had news that some northern senators and cattle breeders are against the passing of the anti-open grazing bill, saying it is against their freedom to reside anywhere in Nigeria, as stated by Section 42 of the 1999 Constitution. I'd like you to react to this.
First of all, that is a misinterpretation of the Constitution. The Constitution said any Nigerian citizen has the right to reside in any part of Nigeria and has the freedom of movement. As a matter of fact, the law is very clear that animals.
Àwọn tó gùdù nínú amòfin ni mo lọ gbé wá lẹ́ni. Wọ́n ní ọmọ bíbí ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tó ti fẹ́ ṣubú tán. Wọ́n ní a ní ráìtì láti gbé ibi tó wù wá o. Ènìyàn ni wọ́n pè é o. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ yìí, ṣẹranko. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá gbọ́ dáadáa, ènìyàn ni wọ́n pè é o. Ẹ̀yin ọlọ́pàá, ẹ̀yin agbófinró, tẹ́ miscalculate nígbà tí màálù bá jẹ nǹkan oníkan, tẹ́ ní ṣèbí citizen náà ni ẹ gbọ́ dáadáa. Ènìyàn ni wọ́n pè é o. Ó yá, ẹ wá gbọ́ tẹranko. Okonkwo, má bínú pé mo pọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ẹ lẹ́nu. Ó yá, nṣó.
And not given the freedom to roam about. Because animals are known to either destroy lives or destroy livelihoods. So when you talk about cattle, when you talk about herbivorous animals, we're talking about animals that destroy livelihoods. Rearing animals and planting crops, these are the two sides of agriculture. It will be, I'm sorry to say, it will be insensitive for anybody to think you'll be growing in your quest for agrarian revolution by using one set of agriculture to destroy the other set. Cattle and herbivorous animals eat up plants. You need plants, you need animals for your food. So when saying you will allow the cattle to eat up the plant is actually being unwise, because you are destroying agriculture, thinking you are improving it. Now, the issue of banning the open grazing, I am really very shocked that any human being in the 21st century will even open his mouth to say you will allow these young, beautiful children to be following animals from Maiduguri to Port Harcourt, from Sokoto to Lagos, trekking through the forest, where they will be drugged, where they will be brainwashed, where they will be traumatized and terrorized, without option of going to school. And you're saying your own children will be going to the best of schools, and the children of the poor and less privileged will be condemned perpetually to live in forests, in terrorist-infected forests, to trek with animals. You have reduced these children to the level of animals. I can tell you, hardly will any child move from Maiduguri to Port Harcourt trekking in Nigeria today without meeting one kind of Waterloo or the other, or without coming out becoming a terrorist himself. All the crimes that are being committed in Nigeria today are committed in the forest. And then, what is the security of the cattle in itself? Because the cattle will end up being rustled by the terrorists. There is no more safety in the forest as it used to be. And these children are entitled to go to school. They are not entitled to be condemned to become animals. And when you allow animals to pass through the cities, we are talking about cholera. Cholera is the filthiness and the contamination of the water you drink by basically the feces of animals and human beings being defecated in open place. We are talking about human beings defecating in open place, but we're talking about animals freely defecating in open place when you allow this open grazing. And then water, rain will fall and wash them into the streams, which some of these people drink, and even some of the water the people drink, and it will cause cholera. In this modern time, anti-grazing law is not only immediate, should not only be immediate, but should be immediately done and agreed by everybody. What are they saying? They didn't say they are banning you from being a pastoralist. They simply said you should organize it in a manner that those children will be tending to their animals, going to school, and it's not constituting a nuisance to the people and to themselves. Even the animals themselves, they don't even come out better when they do all those trekking. So anti-grazing law is not only that it is acceptable, it should be done. Well, it is wicked for like children who should be in school to be in the forest.
Mr. What are your thoughts on their resolve to meet with President Bola Tinubu over Nnamdi Kanu's predicament?
Well, basically, political issues and political prisoners have always been treated in a very different way from the ordinary criminals on the road. When you are in government, you have to display a lot of wisdom in handling political issues. I'll give you an example. The United States had already cornered Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks founder, who they accused of leaking some classified document that embarrassed the United States. But they also realized that they had to make a balance between free speech, between the freedom of journalists, and trying to bring a journalist to trial. They know that Russia is holding some of their citizens who are journalists, and they are trying to bring espionage charge against them. Knowing this, they know that even if they bring this man to the United States, they will still, face some backlash. They now went through wisdom and did a plea bargain and released this man from jail and allowed him to get back to Australia. Nnamdi Kanu has not done anything that other people from other groups have not done. We know about Sunday Igboho, of the Yoruba Nation agitator. We know of the Boko Haram people that say they want a different country where Western education is an abomination. These people have been released. Not just that they have been released. In the case of Boko Haram, they've been re-assimilated to the society, given plum jobs, even in our military. They've been given money and been resuscitated, reconciled, and rehabilitated. Why is Nnamdi Kanu's case different? There is an ethnic and some unnecessary bias that is keeping that man in jail. The government should be wise enough to release this man. You can use the Julian Assange option. If you don't want to say you are losing face, you can release him conditionally. You can release him unconditionally. As a lawyer, I've watched the legal issues very clearly. And I saw that even in the courts, from the High Court to the Supreme Court, there are discordant tones amongst them. Even in the issue of bail, some of the tier of the courts have granted him bail. Even in the issue of the charges, some tier of the court had quashed all the charges. So you can see that the government has a lot of places it can stand to release the young man and bring peace to the southeast. He is now more like a political prisoner. I tell you something, the longer Nnamdi Kanu is in prison, the taller he becomes, and the shorter the government becomes. They should take the intelligent way out of this and release him like they did to other people. Rehabilitate him and reconcile him as they are reconciling Southeast completely to the nation.
I'm glad you brought up that Julian Assange case because analysts have been looking into the similarity.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé díẹ̀ fún wa mẹ́yìn. Ẹ̀yin olùgbọ́ mi, ẹ bá mi tẹ lọ́ọ̀fù tẹ láìkì. Bó o bá ń gbádùn ètò yìí jẹ́ máa rí love and like ẹ share ètò yìí dáadáa. Wọ́n dá Fúlàní sí. Wọ́n mú Nnamdi Kanu sínú ẹ̀wọ̀n. Àwọn Fúlàní tán pààyàn. Àwọn ẹni ibi. Àwọn ẹni ìkọ̀kọ̀. Àwọn ajínigbé. Ó ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu lọ́ọ̀yà lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé ẹranko ni wọ́n. Inú gbóná ti ń di terrorists. Gbogbo kọ́lẹ́rà tá ń kó wá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé bí màlúù bá ti yàgbẹ́ káàkiri ìlú gbogbo àjá màlúù ti yàgbẹ́ sí gbogbo òkun iná dẹ̀ wẹ̀ nú ẹ̀ omi ló ń ṣàn tó padà lọ sínú simi púùlù gbogbo yín omi náà ló ń jáde láti inú ilẹ̀ tí mọ́tò yín wọ́ wọnú ilé ẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ ò lè rìn lájà láì má kẹsẹ̀ bomi wọlé níbo ni kọ́lẹ́rà wa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. They are killing you. They are killing Yoruba in a silent way. They are fighting us with a crime. Pẹ̀lú nǹkan burúkú, pẹ̀lú àìsàn, pẹ̀lú nǹkan burúkú, wọ́n fi crime yẹn báyé wa jẹ́. Láyé ìgbà kan, ọ̀dọ̀ wọn, ó ní àrùn rọpárẹsẹ̀ ti wá. Ṣùgbọ́n ìbéèrè táwọn èèyàn máa ń béèrè lójoojúmọ́ lọ́wọ́ mi ni pé kí ni géènì àwọn Fúlàní wọ̀nyí kí ni wọ́n rí gbà sí tán ṣe wọ̀nyí lẹ́ni ló máa gbọ́ géènì wọn lẹ́ni ló máa mọ nǹkan ìdí tí wọ́n fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìkà yìí. Gbọ́ mi dáadáa mo ní o béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara ẹ̀ pé kí ni ìdí pàtàkì táwọn pípù wọ̀nyí tán fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìkà kí ni ìdí pàtàkì tán fi ń ní wá lára lákòókò yìí ó dẹ̀jọ́ kó tẹ lọ́ọ̀fù and like mọ́mí share ọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí lọ́ọ̀fù àti like ẹni kókó ẹ má jẹ́ ká jọ wòra wa níran ẹ jẹ́ ká play along pẹ̀lú ra wa lẹ́nu àyè wà lẹ́ni láti sọ̀rọ̀ fún yín. Ó lè dọ́là 77 kó jádùá nìkan ni màá gbà. Ṣùgbọ́n bí mo bá jáde láti sọ̀rọ̀ fún ẹ, mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kó appreciate ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kó fi sọ́wọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ń sọ fún ẹ kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ àròsọ. Kì í ṣe pé mo kà lọ gbé news kan wá fún ẹ. Mo ń sọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ àti ohun tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Àtẹ̀yí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ni mò ń sọ fún ẹ. Wọ́n plan ẹ̀ ní pẹ̀lú àwọn kan àwọn wo màá sọ lálẹ́ nísìnyí fún ẹ. Àìsí Nnamdi Kanu lẹ̀ I was so surprised when Agbita máa sọ pé à ń gbóríyìn ẹlẹ́ngbóríyìn fún ààrẹ Tinubu. Bàbá wa ti ṣe dáadáa o ó ti wù ọmọ kọ́ o ìwọ ọmọ orúkọ orí burúkú wo ló ń wù. Ìlú gángan ni ibi tó kọjú sẹ́lòmíì ẹ̀yìn ló kọ sẹ́lòmíì ṣé bí Buhari ti sì wà sẹ́wọ̀n mẹ́niyẹn nìyẹn because you are in diaspora you didn't know what is going on in Yoruba land. That is why you are praising him. Praising him for what? Kí lẹ́yìn fún? Àní tó nílé lára. Àwọn tẹ́ mọ ojúṣe wọn tí wọn kò ṣe. Look at how many billions of naira they are using to feed their dog. David pa ènìyàn. Do you know how much they are using to feeding their cows? Going to the hospitals. People are dying every day. No money. Àìsàn. Different type of sickness are come out because of cows that are roaming about of the streets. The president cannot stop them. Nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn. Ẹ tún fún wọn lọ́wọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọmọ wa kan tó sọ̀rọ̀. You get them arrested. Because we don't hear their languages. Yoruba are speaking English and Yorubas. Igbo are speaking Igbo and Yorubas. Hausa speaking Hausa only. And you are not praising president. When president went to UK, he spoke with us with English. When Buhari went to BBC, he spoke with Nigerians with Hausas. That means, ṣé Hausa ló ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni? Ṣé Hausa ló ní Nigeria? When you get to BBC, tó bá fẹ́ sọ èdè Nigeria, they are spoken Hausas. Kí ló wá dé? And we are saying because Òyìnbó colonize wa, ṣé wá jọra wọn bẹ́yẹn? Can you tell me the reason tó ṣe fi Nnamdi Kanu sẹ́wọ̀n títí di àkókò yìí? And we are call ourselves one. That means ẹni tó pa wá tó ṣèkà fún wa ó ṣòfin sílẹ̀ pé ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣí Nnamdi Kanu sílẹ̀, and we are saying we are peace of Yoruba is a peace person. À ń sọ pé àwa ni peacemaker. Are we a peacemaker? Are we a peacemaker? I believe tó bá jẹ́ pé Nigeria ni wọ́n ti Sunday ọmọdé yẹ mọ́mọ́. Nigeria gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ò ní filẹ̀. Bá a pariwo jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Igbo are imports a lot of goods. Igbo are not suffering because they are helping themselves. Ìjà Yorùbá á bára wọn. No. Tarawa nìkan la mọ̀. Look at it now. The reason I told you today pé àwọn Fúlàní ń gbowó lórí ẹ̀mí wa. Àwọn Fúlàní ń gbowó lórí ẹ̀mí wa. Let me tell you. Everybody ṣe ìrántí Èté in Osun State. Post wo ni Èté dì mú? Ṣe ìrántí Èté? That woman, ṣe ìrántí ẹ̀? Kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Ganduje lénìí? Kò mọ̀ fẹ́ fi chairman yẹn lẹ̀. Ó lọ court. But when that time, ẹ wo ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn wo ló yọ Èté? Who is supporting that you should remove Èté? Can you tell me? It's Yoruba woman. Shetirinawo. It's your president. It's your new president. Mommy, I'm nobody care. What want to happen? Eyan kule meji. Jesu femi elele. I'm not fearing to say this. Àwọn ènìyàn ńlá tó yẹ kó sọ tó lè Yorùbá. Where are them today? Ṣé ikú ọ̀run wọn ló pa wọ́n ni? But now, Yoruba is among of all ọ̀tẹ̀. Facebook, ẹ torí YouTube, ẹ dákun àtàpàkò yẹn, ẹ bá mi tẹ̀ ṣí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ẹ lè ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ Daddy Mummy, kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ fún mi. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Dá àtàpàkò yẹn, bá mi tẹ̀. Yorùbá ń ṣera wọn. Mo fẹ́ sọ fún ẹ ìdí tí Fúlàní fi ń gba owó lórí ẹ̀mí wa. Gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Ìtí mo sọ rèé. We are a slave. Kì í ṣe ní láti ń ṣe slave bọ̀. Mo ti sọ fún wa náà. Obìnrin tó fi wá ṣẹrú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó tà wá sí oko ẹrú tó ń tà wá fún obìnrin ẹgbẹ́ ètò jẹ́ Elizabeth Queen Elizabeth ìgbàanì. Who is the name? Can you tell me she's name? Ẹ sọ orúkọ obìnrin yẹn fún mi. Obìnrin olórí ẹrú Nàìjíríà. Ẹni tó ta ẹrú jù tó dé the highest money. Tó fi wá ṣẹrú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ká ẹ mọ̀ pé kì í ṣe pé láúlẹ̀ nìkan ló ń jà wá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwọn olórí ẹrú. Àwọn kan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ló ń kó wọn gbà náà tẹ́ lọ ń kó fóun náà. From Ondo, from Ọ̀ṣun, from Ọ̀yọ́, pàápàá jùlọ Iyewa, Ọ̀yọ́, and so and so forth. Ta ló ní náà? Kì í ṣe ebú. Gbogbo wa la kọ títí. Ẹ rọdún lọ bẹ̀ rí. Ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo yín lè sọ wípé ẹ ṣe bá mi Abraham Adégbóyè. Madam Tinubu ni. It's not Madam Tinubu. Sir, you can send your DSS to me. No problem. It's Madam Tinubu. It's inside our stories. Enter history. Ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo yín lè pariwo ńgbà náà bọ́mọ ní bá ṣe dí bẹ̀rẹ̀ á fi lẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì. Ṣé rí pé ti wà foolish báyìí? People that supporting, pastor that supporting, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tẹ̀ ká fún. Ṣé rí pé ẹ̀yin fúnra yín lè ta ara yín sóko ẹrú padà? But you cannot say, everybody knows slave master, slave mistress, slave kirikan. Ẹ ti gbàgbé pé priya president ìyálà ìyá rẹ̀ Madam Tinubu òun ni slave master. Oh my God. Hello, am I speaking? Ṣé mò ń wàásù ṣá? Nínú ìwé Yorùbá là ń kà lọ́wọ́. Orí kẹtàdínlógún. Sáàmù ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mò ń kà. The Bible of slave of ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni mò ń kà lọ́wọ́. Orí kẹtàdínlógún. Let me see your eye if I'm spoken. Orí owó tó rí nígbà náà £2,500 lákòókò yẹn. Go and Google it. Amalubaka, please help me to Google it. Mama Adepojo Ademoyo, go and Google it. olórí ẹ lọ gọ́gùn ẹ̀kẹ́ wo. But people think they are wise. I told them that nígbà yẹn pé you are going to slave. Ọlọ́run ti gbẹ́ tó padà sóko ẹrú. Mọ́ ṣe nǹkan yín kúrò lóko ẹrú ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan dá yín padà síbẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ wá rò pé ó máa wá rí ṣe? Èpè ọjọ́ kìíní àná. Ìtorí pé ìran wọn, ìran ẹrú ni wọ́n, ìran atanilẹ́rú. Wọ́n wrote it down. And locally, Tinubu didn't have anything to do for Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. When you started, you better start shouting to him. Ẹ jẹ́ kétí rẹ̀ sí kó lè gbọ́ pé ìrandíran wọn ẹrú ni wọ́n fi wá ṣe. Àwọn kó owó bọ́wọ́, but ẹ lè san owó oṣù 100,000 fún minimum wage. How much is your salary, sir? Ṣé yìí lè ná 65,000 lọ́jọ́ kan? Am I speaking? Ṣé mò ń sọ̀rọ̀? Oh my God. Tí n bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀. Bí mo bá ti ń gbóhùn mi ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí la wá ń sọ lákòókò yìí. Kí wá ní gẹ́nì àwọn Fúlàní tí mò ń sọ fún ẹ, má gbàgbé. Wọ́n ti dé báyìí. Eléyìí kì í ṣe ìran. Àwọn Amẹ́ríkà, àwọn òyìnbó, wọ́n parapọ̀, wọ́n láti pọ̀ jù ní Áfíríkà torí pé ká má bàa gbàjọba lórí wọn. Àwọn náà mà ti kó abẹ́rẹ́ wà. Wọ́n wò pé ọgbọ́n wo ló lè fi kó àìsàn wọ̀nyí lára. That is why they empower Fulanis. They are buying a cow for them from Niger, from the neighboring country. They are empowering them with money. They empower them with gun. They empower them with many things to face Yorubas. Because we are talented people. They know when Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá was hot, everybody was be fearing to come home, back home. The professional doctor, the best doctor in the world, ọmọ Yorùbá ni. The best engineering, mechanical engineering, ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Ní aeroplane yo, in any aspects, we are best. But òyìnbó ti rò pé àti gba gbogbo ọpọlọ yẹn. When we gather, we collect Yorùbá nation. They know we will multiply more than 10 times 20 times 100. I'm a multiply one. They are no. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé Hausa ò kì í gba abẹ́rẹ́ rúpa rẹ̀ sẹ̀. Ó lè fa Hausa lábẹ́rẹ́. Igbo ò lè ka abẹ́rẹ́ lọ lu wọn, àwọn mélòó ló wà nílùú. All of them they are in Lagos State. They are in Ibadan. They are in Ondo. Even in that north. Àwọn Igbo náà stubborn. They are selling parts. Wọ́n wá wò pé àwọn wọlé talented people yìí o. Wọ́n wá kó àwọn abẹ́rẹ́ yẹn wá báyìí. Àwọn abẹ́rẹ́ yẹn ti dé sí Nàìjíríà báyìí. Ìdí nìyí náà yẹn fún àwọn Hausa lọ́wọ́. Tani ká máa da màlúù káàkiri. Káwọn máa yàgbẹ́ ibi. Wọ́n bá ti gún màlúù lábẹ́rẹ́ yẹn kẹ́míkà. Màlúù yẹn á wá máa yàgbẹ́ bẹ̀tẹ̀bẹ̀tẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tó bá ti gbóòórùn ìgbẹ́ màlúù yẹn. Àbí àgbàrá gbé mọ́tò fún omi yẹn sí ẹ lára. It will become a sickness to you. People will now be die. They will now be die. They will now claim you have cholera. Ṣé cholera ò ní treatment ni? Cholera ti jà ní Nàìjíríà rí. Cholera láyé ìgbà tán yàgbẹ́ sómi. Tán dé àtàn. Àtọ̀dún wo ni cholera? Even when Oṣòdì sí Oṣòdì. No more cholera. Hallelujah. Money won't buy you silently. And you are now saying, I'm a wani, I'm a new for war. America now, and Europe now said that we are going to Nigeria to go and settle. Settle of what? Gbogbo nǹkan wọ̀nyí ẹ̀ ń kó ẹran ṣé in 1974 ṣé kò sí cow ní Nàìjíríà ni? In 1975 no cow in Nigeria. Títí dé 1980 90s ṣé kò sí cow ni? Why this century 2020 2021 2022 2023 2024? Let me shock you today. The preparing of coronavirus. Wọ́n rò pé Africa torí pé a ò ní kankan. They are planning to doing that coronavirus láti dà sí wa lára. Ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn ó fẹ́ lù wọ́n. That is why they are dying like a chicken. Ọlọ́run ló gba coronavirus lọ́wọ́ wọn. Wọ́n fẹ́ da coronavirus lù wá ń bí ni. But Ọlọ́run ò fún wọn ṣe. Òkìtì àgọ́ wọn tó jì, orí ara wọn ló jì sí. But kò tún tó wọn. Now, they are now telling you that they are coming to Nigeria to come and give us injection. Kí ni injection ọ̀hún? They are now saying we have cancer. Cancer tí ó pa ìrandíran wọn. Mọ́mì, bó bá wẹ̀ ó gba abẹ́rẹ́. You die young nìyẹn. Ẹ pé mo sọ ní last time. Mo ní ẹ má gba abẹ́rẹ́ o. Wọ́n pè mí kí n wá kọwọ́ bọ̀ pé mo ní káwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà máa kú. Mo ní mi ní kọwọ́ bọ̀ wé o. Bọ̀ ya fi mí lẹ̀ náà ni. Òun náà mo tún jáde lélẹ́yìí. Abẹ́rẹ́ tá à ń sọ yìí wọ́n ti dé o. Ẹ má gba abẹ́rẹ́ o. Ká ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ rí kú ọmọ. Báyà yìí ò fẹ́ kú lójú yín. Bọ́kọ yìí ò fẹ́ kú. Ẹ má gba abẹ́rẹ́. Mọ́mì mo ń sọ, tán bá wá gbé mi kán gbé mi, but mo ń sọ, màá ní mo sọ tẹnu mi. Torí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí is their plan. That cow, they are inject them. Wọ́n inject àwọn cow yẹn. Àwọn cow yẹn á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yàgbẹ́ káàkiri. Àwọn ewéko tó ti fẹnu kàn. Àwọn inú igbó wa títí dé inú àwọn abúlé. Àwọn màlúù yẹn ti lọ yàgbẹ́ síbẹ̀. Immediately lákòókò òjò ti ń rọ̀ yìí, kíní yẹn á wá rise up. Atẹ́gùn á fẹ́ káàkiri sára àwọn ewébẹ̀. Ewébẹ̀ yẹn náà dẹ̀ máa kó wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Even the abattoir where they are killing the cows, they go and buy the grass. Wọ́n á lọ fi gbin ẹ̀fọ́. When you eat it, you start to have malaria and typhoid. Ikú ti dé. Ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run tó ń ṣe iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ kò ní gbà fún wọn. That is why they claim pé màlúù lè káàkiri ibi tó wù. Ẹ dákun ẹja béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa. Ṣé wọn ní 90s tí wọ́n ní cow nílẹ̀ wọn? Ní Benin Kebbi, ní Kamba, ní Niger, ní títí dé Màdúgùrí láti lọ rẹran gbà náà. Ṣèbí gíráàsì kan náà fún wọn jẹ ń bẹ̀. Ẹ dákun, ṣé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní màlúù tiwọn ni? Ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí lọ́ọ̀yà yẹn ń sọ lọ ká lè parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀.
similarities between these two cases. And what stuck out with me majorly is the fact that Nnamdi Kanu fled bail back in 2017, much like Julian Assange. But what it seems right now is it's more of a political situation with Nnamdi Kanu. With Julian Assange, it seemed that the potentness or the pungentness of his crimes seemed to deteriorate as the world grew and as time went on and more leaks like this happened. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, some could argue that him staying in jail, of course it's unfortunate, but him being released would also lead to some unintended consequences in terms of an escalation of violence. This is allegedly, etc., and the reigniting of his followers who seem to be scattered all over the world and seem to be a bit of a thorn in the flesh of individuals who have been suffering the sit-at-home orders and all the other violence that has come about. How will they be able to balance those two equations of keeping him in jail, which is worse, keeping him in jail or letting him out, and potential violence escalating? What are your thoughts on that?
My thought is this. I brought the Julian Assange issue just to tell you that the government can use wisdom and bring about situation where they will tell him, you've spent so and so time in detention. Let us count it for you as any punitive measure for whatever they may say he had done. Allow him to plead to any minor offense that will suit that number of times he has already stayed and release him. That's why I brought the Julian Assange. That's wisdom. Then secondly, you can release him conditionally and tell him, look, this will bring crisis if we release you. No responsible government will say, let us release you when we have not gotten a commitment from you that you will no longer go along this line. The young man had said that he is willing to negotiate, that he is willing to talk. So you talk to him, that is releasing him conditionally. Then the third one is releasing him unconditionally. So you have a choice, but the three of them will land in releasing him. The most important thing is that the government checks the cost-benefit analysis in whatever it is doing. And I can tell you that the benefit of releasing him, if you can make him to get commitment on what you want him to do after releasing him, will be better than keeping him. Because keeping him has not solved the security situation in the southeast. It has not stopped the agitation. As a matter of fact, it is making even the agitation to now be multifaceted, to now be unknown. That's why you hear the unknown gunman. So it's more difficult to tackle. So releasing him, in my own opinion, will be better off now than keeping him. The benefit of releasing him will be better than the cost. So you negotiate with him, know the best option, and release him.
Now, Mr. Okonkwo, talking about the issue of security, the governor's also resolved to tackle insecurity in the southeast. But that's a bit vague when we consider what's been happening in that region over the years. So what measures would you advise must be taken by the governors, the federal government, to tackle insecurity in southeast Nigeria?
I've always said, I'm sorry to say, that the governors can only make promises, but they do not have what it takes to enforce their promise. That's why I'm talking about state police. Because the police we have now answers to the Inspector General of Police and answers to the federal government. So no matter their plan, no matter their opinion, no matter the objective they have to tackle insecurity, it is still subject to the efficiency and effectiveness of the national police, which is outside the purview of their power. So the best way this federal government can tackle insecurity at the regional and state level is to grant state police to the states, amend the constitution. People always talk about abusing state police. Let me state it clearly here. that I am not assuring anybody that some governors will not abuse state police. They will. And the reason is because the federal government abuses federal police at times. Is it not with the federal police that they use to rig election? Is it not with the federal police that they use to do certain things? So that the mere fact that some state governors will abuse state police will not be the reason you will say the right thing should not be done. Because the abuse we are getting now from kidnappers, from terrorists, from rapists, from unknown gunmen, from all those people are more than what any state governor can use state police to abuse the people in. And let me tell you, when the government is acting, the people have recourse to the law to seek redress. When outlaws are acting, the people have no recourse to claim any damage or to even stop them from doing anything. So they will just be dying for nothing. So the abuse that the state governors will subject the state police to is very much better than the abuse we are receiving from the outlaws, from the terrorists, kidnappers, from the armed robbers, and from assaulters of integrity and the personality of human beings. So they should be giving state police. Then again, the Southeast governors, they should cooperate because the landmass of the Southeast is not so much. So whoever does any crime in Enugu can sneak into Ebonyi, to Abia. And if they do not cooperate, they won't be able to trace the criminals within the regional level. The state level will be too small for them to operate. So it's good for them to cooperate to eliminate the threat of insecurity. The unknown gunmen are known. It is only an inefficient government that will be attributing insecurity to unknown gunmen. Please, is there any criminal that brings himself to advertise himself when he wants to commit crime? Every criminal wants to be unknown. So the mere fact that you're saying things are committed by unknown gunmen, you are actually displaying your incompetence. So there is nothing that is committed by an unknown person. It is committed by a criminal. They should, through competence and cooperation, hunt down these criminals so that the Southeast people who are traders and travelers by nature will be able to carry out their functions for their livelihood.
Fair enough. But in your discussion, it seems that this...
Stay police you, stay no police you. Ṣé solution nìyẹn? Kì í ṣe solution. Ṣe solution lóyìn. Mami, ṣé èyí tí Idris tó sọ tẹni kó lọ mórí wá kó mórìn wá láti gbé àwọn ìjọba lé lórí? Ṣé ìyẹn gan ò tó nǹkan? Ó tó nǹkan o. Ẹ já gbọ́rin Idris yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i ká tó máa lọ. Màá ṣojú òpó lẹ̀ láti ẹ dákun ọ̀rọ̀ Edris Abdulkareem ṣé ó bú ìjọba ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣẹ̀ wọlé ẹ gbọ́.
Mr. President, there are some people who are still in detention as a result of the NSAS protest. They were young people who were protesting for justice, for freedom, and for democracy. Any young protester in Nigeria today learn from you because you were the father of protest in Nigeria. Do something about it. Give them the freedom. You taught us, you funded us to stand up and fight. So they are your children and your grandchildren. Give them the pardon. Thank you and God bless.
Emilokan don't turn Emilokan. Yorubas are screaming. Hausas are crying. Igbo brothers are saying, don't blame them. Igbos are being discriminated. Even food don't turn to gold in Nigeria. Kidnapping, lucrative business in Nigeria. Imagine seeing your grandchildren where they kidnap. By now, your soldiers will don't scatter Nigeria. How come a man won't get money for ransom when they kidnap him, his wife and his children? After everything, now they will kill them. Naira, they fall against dollar. Emilokan, don't turn to Emilokan. And you say make
Emilokan, what turn to Emilokan?
7 billion to renovate your residence, 15 billion for your traveling allowance. That's not for you and your only vice president. 40 billion for Asorok maintenance, 5 billion for food and refreshment, 100 of millions for dogs and animals. Meanwhile, hunger they kill Nigerians. What did Nigerians do to warrant this treatment? Even Gary, they don't can afford for the family. Government blame Buhari. Buhari government blame Jonathan. Hunger they people they die. This one don't pass jaga jaga. Party leader during Mr. Buhari Jaga government. Why didn't you help Buhari to solve the problem? Debt under Buhari, 77 trillion. No proof of any positive transformation. Unborn children ain't go pay for this evil. You know, say Buhari was incompetent, but you still bring him to destroy Nigeria. Party government, now you are the president. Since Buhari don't destroy Nigeria, I hope say you go bring him to judgment. Emefiele printed 23 trillion within 8 years under Buhari government. $6 million for election observers. They say somebody forged Buhari's signature. Now lie, Buhari signed that document, period. Where our refineries, we will not promise to fix. I've been a Dangote refineries we would depend on. How much you don't make from removal of subsidies since you don't sell fuel for 600 per liter. People they sell their properties to feed their families. Meanwhile, you and your cronies they buy more properties. Shout out to Labour chairman, una well done. If the government say they don't pay 65k, then make them pay senator and rep 65k. Make all of us they enjoy the suffering and smiling. What you give is what you deserve. Ojoro no dey. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Shout out to very black man. Where our daddy, Pastor Adeboye. During Good Luck Jonathan, your voice was so loud. You even vowed to stake a 1 million match. Hunger and hardship under Tinubu government. You say Nigeria gets spiritual problem. Baba, we need your 1 million disciples to protest against President Tinubu government. Just the way you protest against President Jonathan. Daddy, I be leg on the pay your disciples. Fact, this is a very big hypocrisy. It's time for you to speak the truth to power because hunger won't kill Nigerians. Tinubu government blame Buhari. Buhari government blame Jonathan. Hunger they people they die. This one don't pass jaga jaga.
ẹ dákun ṣe Idris bújọba Nàìjíríà kò bú ó ní kí àwọn sẹ́nẹ̀tì náà kàn máa gba 65,000 kó má bàa di shitting ẹ wá ní kó lọ mórí wá kó lọ mọ́rùn wá ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ àbúùsì ọlọ́pàá nìyẹn pé kán lọ kí DSS lọ arrest ẹ dákun ṣó bú yín nìyẹn Ọlọ́run lọ́ba onídàájọ́ yóò dájọ́ fún olúkúlùkù ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ọkàn tó ń gbọ́ mi ẹ lọ máa download Idris kẹ máa bá kọ síta ẹ gbé lọ sórí TikTok yín pé ẹ lọ máa play ẹ kó pọ̀ dáadáa kẹ sọ fún wọn pé Idris o kò ṣe kí ni kò bú ìjọba. Adéọ̀sùn Babátúndé, God bless you. Ẹni Idris kò bú ìjọba ni Idris ò bú ìjọba. It's not abusing government. Ọ̀rọ̀ gidi ló sọ. Ó advice yín ni. Kí Olúwa kó wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀mí gbogbo ènìyàn. mo kàn fẹ́ jẹ́ kó o dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ orin yìí ni. Pè wọlé àti abẹ́rẹ́ wèrè tánná gbédé kí ló máa ń pẹ́. O ní láti lè pè ní ṣókíṣókí ká gba bí ènìyàn 5 sí 6 ká tó máa lọ, ká gbà wá láàyè láti dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí. Ó yá ẹ pè wọlé sórí nọ́mbà yìí 080 WhatsApp nìkan ni o 08057455803 08057455803 08057455803. Let's go there. Ẹ jẹ́ ẹ gbà wá nímọ̀ràn. Ṣé a ò gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ ní ìjọba yìí mọ́ ni? Àbí orin tí Idris kọ yẹn ṣé ó bú ìjọba Nàìjíríà ni? Ìyẹn nìyẹn. Ká tún wò abẹ́rẹ́ wèrè tánná ń kóbọ̀ yìí, ẹ gbà wá níyànjú lórí ẹ̀. Ṣé ká gbà á ni àbí a mọ́ gbà á? Ẹ pè sórí nọ́mbà yìí o. Bí ẹ ti ń pè wọlé, ẹ já fi àkókò yìí béèrè fún àwọn ènìyàn wa kan. Dáàdì mọ́mì, ẹ já fi àkókò yìí béèrè fún àwọn èèyàn wa kan. A nílò onídùúdù ọlọ́rẹ. Mọ́mì yẹn wọn ò lè ṣiṣẹ́, ẹsẹ̀ ń dùn wọ́n, wọn ò sì lọ́kọ wọn lọ́mọ. Àwa là ń sanwó ilé wọn, a sì ń ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n bí Nàìjíríà ti rí yìí, a dẹ̀ ti bọ́ sásìkò òjò. Ike ló wà lẹ́sẹ̀ wọn ọyọ kan. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà onídùúdù ọlọ́rẹ ẹ̀yin ọmọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá onídùúdù ọlọ́rẹ lẹ máa bá wa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ lọ́dọọdún láti gbọ́ bùkátà wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ nínú ọmọ méjì tán ní àwọn ọmọ mi kan ti mú ọyọ kan bẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń tọ́jú. Màmá ẹni a má dárúkọ yín lórúkọ Jésù, ẹ ní rí kú ọmọ. Níta àdẹ̀fẹ́ nísìnyí ni pé lóòótọ́ à ń bọ́ wọn pẹ̀lú èyí tí a ń ṣe ní oṣooṣù pẹ̀lú aláìní bàbá aláìní. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tán ra wíṣíẹ̀ fún arákùnrin wa young boy wa alá nílò wíṣíà. Àwọn ọmọ mi wá dẹ̀ donate fún nínú group Zoom yẹn tá à ń ṣe láàárọ̀. May God bless you all. Bí ẹ ti ra kẹ̀kẹ́ yẹn, wọ́n ti lọ gbé kẹ̀kẹ́ yẹn wá lénìí, wọ́n ti rà á. A dúpẹ́ o. Bí mo ṣe ń dọ́fíìsì ni ìyá ọmọ yẹn náà débí báyìí láìpẹ́ kí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ program. A dúpẹ́ o. Wọn ò ní máa gbé ọmọ 14 years pọ̀n sẹ́yìn. Àwọn náà sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ gbójú jáde, mo ní rárá ká má gbójú jáde. Bọ̀tá bá rẹ́ni tó fẹ́ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, tó fẹ́ tún ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ lórí ìrìn àjò, ká máa tọ́jú wọn, Ọlọ́run yóò ràn yín lọ́wọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ibi tá à ń lọ lénìí ni pé a fẹ́ ran mọ́mì yẹn lọ́wọ́. Ìlú Òkè Odò ní Abúlé Ẹ̀gbá ni wọ́n ń gbé. Bọ̀túrì ní dárúkọ wọn. Ẹsẹ̀ ń dùn wọ́n. Àwọn tó mọ̀ mí báyìí wọ́n á ti máa mọ ẹni tí mò ń sọ. Ike ló wà lẹ́sẹ̀ wọn. Wọn ò sì jìnnà sọ́fíìsì wa níbí báyìí. Ike ló wà sẹ́sẹ̀ wọn. Wọ́n sì fẹ́ sanwó ilé wọn. Wọ́n fẹ́ sanwó ilé wọn. Owó yẹn ò pọ̀. Yàrá kan sí káàbọ̀ náà ń gbé, wing. $150 ní owó ilé wọn. 150,000 ní owó ilé wọn lọ́dún kan. Ìgbà tán múwé yẹn wá lánàá, ní èyí tá a san kọjá lọ àwọn fúnra wọn gàdá 20,000 nígbà yẹn ṣùgbọ́n nísìnyí wọ́n là ń fún wọn ní oúnjẹ every end tá a máa ń ṣe aláìní bàbá àti aláìní ìyá àti aláàbọ̀ ara. Ẹ mọ̀ pé abarapá náà làwa náà mọ̀ pé olójú kan ló máa ń jọba nílùú àwọn olójú méjì. Ọlọ́run ò ní fọ́ yín lójú. Ẹ̀pẹ́ tẹ́ bá ti rí olójú kan báyìí àwa là ń jọba àwọn olójú méjì. Kò sí èébú ńbẹ̀. Bú mi bú ẹni wọ́n ní bọ̀bọ̀ olójú kan àbọ̀ yẹn ntí ò tẹ́ èébú. Ìdùnnú làwa fi ń gbà lórúkọ Jésù. Ìgbà kan láàrí kankan rárá ṣùgbọ́n ògo ni fọ́lọ́run pé Ọlọ́run ṣe é nírọ̀rùn lórúkọ Jésù. Ọfà ṣìṣe kò ní bá tèmi tiẹ̀ ní orúkọ Ọlọ́run àwọn ọmọ ogun. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí a ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ séní sí ọ̀la. Ẹ tẹ́tí mọ àkáǹtì wa. Ẹ lè máa bá wa ṣe lórúkọ Jésù. Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Bá a bá dẹ̀ ti ń rí a dẹ̀ máa sọ fún yín pé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ pé a ti róye báyìí. Orúkọ Jésù a ó ra àánú gbà. Account number yẹn rèé First Bank bí ìwọ tó o bá tí ì gbọ́ help account yẹn First Bank. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ wọ́n wà nítòsí mi láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wọn lórúkọ Jésù. Àánú á dìde. A ò béèrè owó fún ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì, a ò béèrè owó fún but onídùúdù ọlọ́rẹ la fẹ́ lórí òkè tiwa but àwọn ènìyàn tá a ràn lọ́wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ là ń ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tá a dẹ̀ ní ẹ̀rí ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ là ń ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. A ní ẹ̀rí ẹ̀ dání táwọn èèyàn tá a dẹ̀ ń fún náà tán lè jẹ́ lẹ́rìí sí i. Gbogbo èèyàn ló dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ mí. Táwọn èèyàn tá a dẹ̀ ń fún náà.
With billions of, not $1 billion, billions of dollars. They did not earn it all. They got it by selling our.
Dáàdì mọ́mì ọ̀rọ̀ ń bọ̀ lọ́la ọ̀rọ̀ láṣálẹ́. We are still coming back o but ká tó lọ kí a tó lọ a máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kékeré kan tí mo fẹ́ play fún wa ṣùgbọ́n account number yẹn lélẹ́yìí First Bank ẹ mọ̀ pé a ní méjì you can trace it if you want to trace it. Bíbélì ní tí wọ́n bá ṣe rárá wa yá bí kò dùn téèyàn kan san lọ ṣùgbọ́n bí Nàìjíríà ti rí ni láyé ìgbà kan àti ẹ̀ní sọ́ọ̀sì tá a máa san ni táwa gan ti lọ bí ṣẹ́ǹsì kéékèèké tá a rí là ń jẹ ọ̀tọ̀ Ọlọ́run yóò ràn gbogbo wa lọ́wọ́. First Bank 20 34 55 03 40. Damilola, God bless you. A lè ràn ìyá yẹn lọ́wọ́ ó fẹ́ sanwó ilé ẹ̀ 150 péré 150. Mami kì í ṣe 150 million o 150,000. Èèyàn kan lè fún wa èèyàn méjì lè fún wa tá a bá dẹ̀ ti ń rí sí i bóyá èèyàn kan ló sẹ́ni 1,000 àásọ wàá lè mú iye tó kù tí wọn náà fẹ́ san kó a ní hàìdí ẹ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ ti pé ó ti pé náà nìyẹn o ò ní jẹ májèlé. First Bank à ń retí yín bó bá dẹ̀ ti ń wọlé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ a máa pè síta. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká ran màmá yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ ò ní dààmú bó bá dẹ̀ ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ wọn á fi oúnjẹ sílé ṣùgbọ́n oye tá a nílò nìyẹn 150,000. Ó yá ẹ jẹ́ ká ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. First Bank 2034550340 20 34 55 03 40 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 20 34 55 03 40 20 34 550340 Òtúyẹmí Abíọ́dún ló wà ń bẹ̀ Owólabí ó yá ẹja máa pè síta mọ́mì bó ti ń sẹ̀ǹdí ẹ̀ sí yẹn àánú dìde fún ẹ ẹja gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ọkùnrin sọ níwọ̀nba ká tó máa lọ torí pé ẹja gbọ́ ti yeah.
We have amongst us certain black people, so-called Nigerians. They tell you that they are Nigerians like you, with billions of, not $1 billion, billions of dollars. They did not earn it all. They got it by selling our natural resources. Whether a banking license, so it means you are doing business with our money in your bank. Whether an oil license, so you are selling our oil. Whether an agricultural license, so you are using our land to grow food that we cannot afford. Most of them are using that land to grow cash crops that we cannot even eat. Imagine a country where... Apparently, from what we can say, between 65 and 70% of the arable land in Nigeria is used to grow cash crops. Cash crops, that means food you and I cannot eat, but Oyibo needs for their industry. So tell me how colonialism has changed. It is used to still fund, to still run European factories. They sell our oil, they sell the things that belong to us, that if anybody sell them, it will become billionaire. And when they were going to do these things, when they were selling it to us, especially under this Obasanjo, that man is so big, and any Nigerian that praises Obasanjo for any reason, you will go to him.
Just as the whole.
Hey! Any person wey praise Obasanjo, we go to hell.
For this great country, Nigeria, and I know to share this video.
Gbogbo nǹkan wọ̀nyẹn, mọ́mì máa ní kó máa gbọ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀, mo ń mẹ́yẹ bọ̀ lápò. Gbọ́ mi. Gbọ́ mi.
For 38 years. Before you go finish. Is this car you want to buy? Okay, Rolls Royce. How much is one Rolls Royce? $350,000, $400,000. You buy 100 Rolls Royce. Buy 100. That's $40 million. You still have 960 million. You want house everywhere in the world. $1 million house in all the major cities. So that's 1 million times maybe 200 major cities in the world. $200 million. You still have 760 million. Okay, I want to buy my clothes, man. Clothes, man. Latest in fact, Gucci, Louis, all of Balenciaga. But what is when they make on our brain, they touch. I don't want that. They say for the culture. That is the best part. We are doing it for the culture. And all the symbols are white. I don't even know. I don't know the meaning of Balenciaga. No, Balenci. I don't know. But anyway, so you have spent 100 million. You give Gucci tax. They just keep it to your company. Be sending me the latest. You still have what? $660 million. So we have amongst us certain black people, so-called Nigerians. They tell you that they are Nigerian.
Hallelujah. Mama Adebisi. 17. Hallelujah. Tí Màmá Adébísí bá ń gbọ́ mi. Hallelujah. Jẹ́ n pé Màmá Adébísí kí n confirm. Ní tíra láti dáadáa. Hallelujah. Ó yọ ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ẹ bá wa dá sí, ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ẹ bá wa dá sí, ẹ dá sí. Ẹ bá wa dá sí. Ẹ dá sí. Màmá ẹ dá sí. Ẹ dá sí.
Natural resources. Whether a banking license, so immediately that they near here.
Hallelujah.
Ẹni tí gba ilẹ̀ wọn, wọ́n ti gba ilé ìgbà nípa kọ́ máa jayé kọ́ máa jẹun, káwọn ọmọ ilé dẹ̀ máa jìyà, kọ́ máa pa àwọn èèyàn wa. Ìyẹn náà wá sọ fún wọn pé àkókò tó.
Hallelujah. Màmá Adébísí ẹ pè wá. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ pè mí sí. Kí tó máa lọ ẹ pè mí. Mami, bó o bá ti send it here, just call me, I will pray for you. Sharp. Before I left here. Ẹ pè mí lórúkọ Jésù. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó kù yẹn mo sọ fún wa. Ìta ń gbọ́ yẹn, a máa gbọ́ ní òru fún another dimension. Fún program mi. A máa gbọ́ fún another program mi. Send your receipt when you send money to ìyá yẹn lórúkọ Jésù. Ẹ já send the receipt wa. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. À ń lọ, Ọlọ́run máa bá wa lọ. Aṣọ ohun gbogbo tán, àyè ṣẹ́kù, àyè ikú ò ní ṣẹ́kù fún ọ. Àyè ìbànújẹ́ kò ní ṣẹ́kù fún ọ. Láti wákàtí lọ, wàá ráàánú gbà. Orí tèmi tiẹ̀ ò ní gbàbọ̀dè. Ìjọba Nàìjíríà, ẹ̀mí mímọ́ bàbá kọ̀ tí wọn ò gbọ́. Olúwa nà wọ́n ní pàṣẹ. Ọlọ́run ìpè àwọn wòlíì, ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa o. A dúpẹ́ pé ẹ ṣe Ọlọ́run. Ògo ni fún orúkọ yín. Jésù Olúwa wa. Orúkọ mi ò yí padà. Wòlíì ọmọọba Abíọ́dún ni mò ń jẹ́ o. Yóò dára fún yín. Ẹ ní gbọ́mọgbìn ní orúkọ Jésù Kristi. Olúwa Ọlọ́run àwọn ọmọ ogun. Ṣàmì mẹ́ta. Àmín. Àmín. Àmín lórúkọ Jésù. A ó pàdé lọ́la. Mọ́mì má gbàgbé, there's a program that coming up tomorrow. 7 la pé. 7 la pé. Ṣùgbọ́n lálẹ́ yìí ní dédé aago 12 ó ṣeé ṣe ká wà lórí YouTube fún àdúrà. Ṣùgbọ́n fún program, another dimension program is still coming soon. Don't go. This is 6 o'clock. When it is 8:39, Omoba will arrive back. There's one message I want to pass to you about motifenu kan about abẹ́rẹ́ tanike kegba ní Nigeria. It will be among of it. Only message yẹn tá fẹ́ pass lórúkọ Jésù. We are coming back soon. Join me by 8:30 Nigerian time this night for another news you will hear from Omoba Abíọ́dún. God bless you. Ìwọ ló máa wá, ẹ̀yin ni màá bá. Bye.